a woman whose tearful prayers moved heaven, and whose faith changed the course of Israel's history. In the days before kings ruled Israel, there lived a man named Elkanah, who had two wives, Peninnah and Hannah. Peninnah had children, but Hannah had none. Year after year, as they went to the temple in Shiloh, Hannah's heart broke. Peninnah would mock her, reminding her of her barrenness. Though Elkanah loved Hannah dearly, her empty arms were a heavy burden she carried in silence. One year, after they had eaten the sacrificial meal, Hannah slipped away to the temple. There, in deep anguish, she wept bitterly before the Lord. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. She prayed silently, yet God was listening. She vowed, "O Lord Almighty, if you will look upon your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord all the days of his life." Eli the priest saw her lips moving and thought she was drunk. He scolded her, "How long will you go on like this? Put away your wine." But Hannah replied gently, "Not so, my Lord. I am a woman deeply troubled. I have been pouring out my soul before the Lord." Eli's heart softened. He blessed her, saying, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked of him." Hannah rose from prayer with peace she had not felt in years. Her face was no longer downcast, for she had left her burden at the feet of the Lord. And in time, the Lord remembered Hannah. She conceived and gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, saying, "Because I asked the Lord for him." When Samuel was weaned, Hannah kept her vow. With a tender but obedient heart, she brought the boy to the house of the Lord in Shiloh. There she said to Eli, "I prayed for this child, and the Lord granted me what I asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord. For his whole life he will be given over to the Lord." And Samuel grew to become one of the greatest prophets in Israel, all because a mother's prayer was heard and her vow was kept. Hannah's story reminds us that God hears every whisper of our hearts, even when words fail us. She teaches us that sometimes the deepest prayers are the ones only God can understand. It also challenges us with this question: when God answers our prayers, are we willing to give back to Him what He has given us? Hannah didn't cling to her blessing. She released it back to God. And because of that, Samuel was used powerfully in God's kingdom. Maybe today you're like Hannah, waiting, weeping, or feeling overlooked. But take heart, the God who remembered Hannah has not forgotten you. Hannah's story proves that God hears even the silent cries of the heart. If this touched you today, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement.